Value is the motive for exchange. Value is an exchangeable entity. This is the 7-Minute Daily Focus, day 57 of 365. Today's focus, the law of value. Value is the motive for exchange. Value is an exchangeable entity. Where there is value, there is movement. Where there is movement, there is translation. Behind, in metaphysical reality, value first exists as thought, as idea, as vision, as dream, as desire. These are not fantasies, they are metaphysical values, and every metaphysical value carries a physical equivalent. Pause for a moment. Understand this clearly. If a thing has value behind, it has exchange potential in front. Value does not remain abstract. Value seeks equivalence. Value seeks expression. Value moves toward its physical equivalent. The law of value operates within your established order: actuality, recognition, authorization, translation, physical visibility. Value flows through this sequence. It is recognized, it is authorized, it translates, it becomes physically visible. If you recognize a valuable idea behind, you have already touched its equivalence in front. If you authorize that value, you empower exchange. If you hold it steadfast, translation proceeds. If you contradict it, exchange stalls. Value is not money alone. Money is a visible exchange. Value is deeper. Value is substance behind appearance. Value is capability. Value is insight. Value is clarity. Value is discipline. Value is structure. And each one has a physical equivalent. The value of thought exchanges into its physical equivalent value. An idea exchanges into opportunity. Clarity exchanges into direction. Skill exchanges into income. Discipline exchanges into stability. Vision exchanges into structure. This is law, not coincidence. When you diminish the value of your thought, you reduce exchange. When you elevate the value of your thought, you increase exchange. When you stabilize the value behind, physical equivalence becomes inevitable in front. Look carefully. Every exchange in the physical world is evidence of value recognized and authorized behind. Nothing exchanges without value. Nothing moves without motive. Value is the motive. If you desire greater physical results, do not chase outcomes. Increase value behind. Refine your thought. Strengthen your clarity. Deepen your discipline. Authorize higher standards. Exchange responds accordingly. Because the physical world does not reward wishes, it exchanges value. Wish is uncertainty. Value is substance. Wish hesitates. Value stands. Behind holds the seed of value. In front holds the fruit of exchange. The seed determines the harvest. The unseen determines the visible. Metaphysical value precedes physical equivalence. Therefore, stabilize value behind. Recognize it. Authorize it. Hold it steadfast. Allow translation. Physical visibility will respond. Exchange will occur because value is law. Let me go deeper. Value is not created at the point of exchange. It is revealed there. Exchange does not manufacture worth. It confirms it. Long before a transaction becomes visible in front, value has been formed, refined, and stabilized behind. Consider how this operates quietly. A skill developed in private becomes income in public. Discipline practiced unseen becomes trust recognized in front. Clarity cultivated inwardly becomes leadership expressed outwardly. The exchange is never accidental. It is structured equivalence. Value accumulates behind before it multiplies in front. The unseen rehearsal of excellence produces visible opportunity. The quiet strengthening of character produces tangible influence. The repeated refinement of thought produces measurable result. Behind is accumulation. In front is confirmation. If value is weak behind, exchange will be limited in front. If value is inconsistent behind, exchange will fluctuate in front. If value is steadfast behind, exchange becomes stable in front. The physical world does not guess your worth. It reflects what has been built inwardly. This is why envy is unnecessary. Comparison is distraction. The question is never what another has received. The question is what value has been stabilized behind. Exchange follows structure. Structure follows approval. Approval follows recognition. Recognition follows actuality. Notice also that value demands responsibility. To recognize value is to steward it. To authorize value is to commit to it. To increase value is to refine it. The exchange you desire in front requires discipline behind. The physical equivalent cannot exceed what has been stabilized inwardly. When you treat your ideas lightly, exchange treats them lightly. When you honor your insight, exchange honors it. When you protect your standards, exchange rises to meet them. Value is not loud, it is structured substance. There is also another dimension. Value attracts responsibility. Responsibility increases capacity. Capacity expands exchange. Exchange amplifies visibility. Visibility reveals influence. And influence is simply value recognized at scale. Do not misunderstand this law. Value is not arrogance. It is not ego. It is not self-promotion. Value is refinement. It is contribution. It is usefulness anchored in structure. It is substance that solves, builds, strengthens, or clarifies. Every idea you carry is a seed of potential exchange. Every dream you hold is a value awaiting refinement. Every disciplined action behind is preparation for equivalence in front. Nothing of substance is wasted. It accumulates, it strengthens, it prepares for translation. The law of value therefore demands patience, not passivity, patience, because exchange follows readiness. Readiness follows refinement. Refinement follows repetition, and repetition builds value. When value is mature, exchange becomes natural. Doors open without force. Conversations align without strain. Opportunities surface without pursuit, because value, once stabilized, seeks equivalence, and equivalence must appear in front. Understand this clearly. Exchange is not luck, it is law. Value is the motive. Translation is the movement. Physical visibility is the confirmation. Behind builds, in front reveals. Effect stands in front, exchange stands in front, physical equivalence stands in front, value resides behind. Affirmation for day 57. Value resides behind. I recognize it. I authorize it. Value moves toward exchange. What I stabilize behind appears in its physical equivalence in front, by order, by the law of value.